Bidein a Choire Sheasgach is the peak of the corrie of milkless cattle. Bidein a Choire Sheasgach. Lurg Mhor is the big shin. Lurg Mhor.
In Scotland, the name Devil's Flower most commonly refers to the Devil's bit scabious, a native wild flower. The name comes from a piece of Scottish folklore, though other plants with devil in their names are also relevant. The plant gets its name from its root structure, which appears to have been abruptly bitten or cut off. According to legend, the devil himself bit the root off in a fit of rage because he was jealous of the plant's medicinal properties. Folk herbalists believed the plant was a powerful cure-all. And that's a wee spider having his breakfast.
So we're about 6 kilometres in towards the BOTHY, which I think is about 15k. Been mostly uphill, having to push the bike up. The bike's got all our firewood and stuff. Still get heavy packs on as well. And we still need to get up to that wee knoll up there. So Jim's taking it easy doing the flat bit there. I'll get it back when we go to the hill. Oh, look at that up there. That's the Munros dungeon up there. I'm sure the one on the right.
So, as we continued pushing this bike up this hill, which is never ending, we eventually get to his last wee steep bit before we go over the top. So I kindly gave Tommy his bike back to push it up that. Then I just said to Tommy, look, on the way back down, just you jump your bike and head down to the BOTHY, and I'll just plod away. Every other bike had come in. A couple of bikes, we've seen them later on parked up, and that's the way to go. E-bikes. The e-bikes were just flying by, making the hills look very easy. And a Spanish boy, Nacho, stopped in his e-bike and walked with us for a bit before jumping back on his bike, and off he goes. He was just going in, doing the Munros and back out again, which is no bother if you're on an e-bike. But even in a normal bike, this is a mission, an absolute mission, to be pedalling up the hills to get into these Munros. Eventually I got to the BOTHY, which was a welcome sight, and before I've even got onto the mountains to do these two Munros, I was feeling as though I had a day hiking in my legs already, just as I got to the BOTHY. David was there, keen as anything with his fishing rod in hand, dying to get up to that loch and get fishing done. So we were in, get our packs sorted, that lightens the load, and then we get on our way.
Yeah, and then
Lurg Mhor, is it?
Yeah.
And then work your way back down.
yeah. And either I didn't know whether to just hit the two and come back the same way, or to come off the front. I know it's quite steep to come off the front, but
Yeah, that was quick. Was that your second cast?
No, my second cast, one did make a go at my life.
So off we go. We leave the path and start the ascent up the hills. And the first goal is to get to the Bealach. Myself and Tommy were feeling the old legs from that walk-in. It was a tough old hills to do after you've done that walk-in. I can understand why the e-bike is a good option once we get to the Bealach, but it's not too bad. It's not too long before you can get to that first summit. The views all day were clear. At the summit, absolutely fantastic views. Now, it was back down to the Bealach and our last ascent up to the second summit.
This is the summit of Lurg Mhor, a very remote Munro. It's pretty much taken us 8 hours just to get here. It's taller than round. It's a wee bit windy. It's not too cold. From there, just go up and down that. Walk back to the BOTHY. Yeah, no problem with that. We'll get it. And David is down that lock somewhere catching a dinner, hopefully.
Hands and knees, can't take it anymore, his legs are done. My aunt and uncle are away at Mull today, so I'm hoping they get some decent weather. I booked the boats for them and says, right, I just have a day out, but they could only get the 7:30 at night back. So I said, well, they get food on the boat, we'll just have your dinner. No worries.
This is what's called the milk cap.
Oh right, oh goodness.
See, that's
have you got like a finder that tells you, or you know?
Yeah.
No, Tommy's a mushroom specialist.
Well, so that's a milk cap, right?
Uh-huh.
And it may be a saffron milk cap.
Is it poisonous or can you eat that?
No, I think this is meant to be one of the tastiest ones.
Oh right.
But
okay.
I don't know enough about it, so,
Right, so
I'm not going to touch them.
Yeah. Aye, so wash your hands before you eat the
Yeah.
crisps or whatever.
There's always things like, if it's white milk then it's fine, but it might be, if it's white milk it's no fine. You know, I can't remember.
So we'll keep an eye on them
But, you know,
going
but-
up the net.
But there is ways of, identifying
I
them.
never think of it, so stuff that comes off it.
Yeah, but that's only that type of mushroom.
Right,
That's because it's flaking.
yeah,
Remember you told
But
me...
that's a different one.
yeah.
Aye.
They're different. So,
So you'll either be like watching the flying fairies at the above us in the
Well, see all the
BOTHY,
wee-
or
Tiny wee ones.
yeah, yeah.
that's magic mushrooms.
Oh, are they?
Uh-huh.
I always thought magic mushroom very pointy.
Aye.
Mm-hmm.
They are kind of
Tiny.
pointy.
Is that one
Oh,
over there?
these ones, yeah. I mind my flat I had in Edinburgh. I used to share with 3 others, and this Australian guy, he used to like collect these magic mushrooms and make magic mushroom tea. And I came home and he had them all, just all dry.
It's called Lactarius deliciousness.
A what?
Lactarius delicious.
Say it again, I want to say it.
Lactarius deliciousness.
Get,
Something
get
like that.
carious.
It's lactating. So it's lactating milk,
Oh, I see.
and if it's the saffron milk cap, then it's meant to be delicious.
Right.
But I don't know.
And The only other dilemma we had was to decide whether we were going to carry on down the ridge or come back down to the Bealach and back out onto the path. And we all had a wee debate, and we decided to take David Main's advice and come back down to the Bealach and back down that way, which to me seemed like a good option, and it worked out well. As Heather was taking her summit picture, and suddenly a gust of wind came and blew Tommy's cap off. And as anybody that knows on that summit, you're right on the edge, but luckily it hadn't blown too far, and Tommy scrambled down a wee bit, taking his time and being very careful, and managed to retrieve his cap.
Okay, possibly charcoal burner. So what makes it a brittle gill or a rustula is the stem will snap a piece of chalk. Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. And you might be able to smell it. And then the gills, as they call it, brittle gills, is they flake like almonds, apart from a charcoal burner. So that's probably a charcoal burner, which is meant to be really tasty.
Alright.
Tasty?
Aye.
Oh, right, you could eat that.
This might be one of the better ones. So another way,
You could eat that then.
do a wee nibble. And do a wee taste test, put it on your tongue.
Yeah.
If it's spicy, hot,
Yeah.
you don't eat it.
Alright, okay.
But if it's kind of nutty, what it is, then it's edible. Which is nutty. Well, but very unusual to get, from what I've learned. Mushrooms like that, and the other one up in the hill.
Right.
Alright, normally in the
Global
forestry.
warming.
Mhm.
Global warming.
Go down, there's another one. But yeah, so I reckon that's a charcoal burner.
I was expecting to go away to nothing and just be left in a pinnacle.
It's actually a good shot. While we were descending, we were lucky enough to see a golden eagle and managed to get a couple of shots of it. So it was back along the path, back to the BOTHY, and we were staying there the night, so it was great to know that we didn't need to think about that big long walk out right after doing the hills. So we caught up with David and see how his fishing went, and he didn't do too bad. 30 plus fish he caught, which I would say is pretty good in a day's fishing. And every wee locking he fished along the way, he caught a fish. So he's had a very productive days fishing as well. And then it was just down to getting fed and watered and relaxing for the evening and catching up with all the other people that were in the BOTHY. We had a great bunch in the BOTHY, and we all had a good laugh and talking about our adventures over a wee dram. And then David, who was then fishing in another wee loching and catching more fish. See that one rising over there? That's it. You said you would.